Space Ninja is an animated story that blends science fiction elements with traditional samurai films like Yojimbo and Zatoichi. You might call it Kurosawa in space.
It's kind of like a graphic novel came to life.
It's over the top, explosions and sword fights and ninja stars and lasers.
It's everything I know I wanted to see when I was a kid.
I was watching sort of an obscure Japanese science fiction movie called Cyber Ninja. And I remember thinking to myself how cool it would be if you were to fire ninjas out of a spaceship as if they were missiles. And this image was too cool not to do something about. So I put together a short comic.
It began with this clan of monks living on a massive, planet-sized space temple.
And then all of a sudden, there's this ninja ship shooting all these missiles in a sort of Macross Robotech style, crashing through the walls of the temple, and then out comes this ninja, and the ninja just massacres a slew of the monks, and they keep coming, and he keeps going and going.
Alex's art was fantastic, and the whole Space Ninja concept really clicked with me. I'm a huge fan of ninja movies, and I desperately wanted to see this comic come to life. So I immediately called Alex up.
And he asked me if I would be interested in doing it as an animation. And I said, I don't have any experience doing animation.
But I said, if you can write it and animate it, I will take care of the rest. I'll do your sound design, I'll get voice actors, I'll get music. This just has to happen.
So I said, I'll try it. And I put together like a rough proof of concept and looked good enough to keep going, so we did. So Space Ninja is really the story of this ninja who finds himself masterless in this futuristic Japanese setting. And he goes through a lot of adventures, accompanied by some companions along the way, especially this little girl who's sort of enigmatic as well. I'm a big fan of Japanese culture, especially the older pop culture, and I started thinking about Space Ninja in terms of a particular genre of Japanese film called chambara. It's a kind of period piece, sort of viewed through a nostalgic lens, a little bit like the spaghetti westerns. It's a West that never was. It's sort of a period in Japan that never exactly was. There are a lot of conventions that I've always thought were sort of amazing, and that man with no name character was sort of the archetype that I thought would be interesting to use.
I knew that music was going to be a really important part of the project, and I immediately thought of Chuck Cirino. Chuck Cirino is hands down my favorite film composer. He's done really fun scores for movies like Return of the Swamp Thing and Komodo vs. Cobra. I sent him some of Alex's artwork, and to my amazement, he said yes. Although, I like his version of the story better.
Most of the animation producers out here in Hollywood wouldn't return my calls. So I went to Google and typed in, I want to score something called Space Ninja. And up came Ed's name.
I was really excited. I thought there was no way in hell that it was going to happen, but I'm happy that I was wrong.
What's great is that Chuck knew exactly what we were trying to do, since he's also a fan of ninja films.
I actually sat next to Chuck Norris in a very small screening room once and watched Shogun Assassin.
And collaborating with Chuck was a lot of fun, since he really dug the project.
What was compelling about it is the fact that it was done with very little money. I like that. I've done my own productions with very little money, and I know that's a challenge, and I know it's hard to finish what you start.
I hope that people who watch Space Ninja enjoy it. I hope that they will come along with us for the ride, for the story of this ninja finding his way across the cosmos.
I think they'll see things they've never seen before, and hopefully they'll relive the joy of fantastical, over-the-top ninja action.